Hello, this is Donna Statler from Black River Technical College, and I'm sure many of you, like me, are quarantined and trying to homeschool some kiddos. So I thought I would give you something, hopefully, that you'll try with your kiddos. When I teach my students at BRTC, I start out by telling them that they were doing algebra in first grade. They never believe me until I write this on the board. We all had problems in first grade like this, where we had 2 plus the empty box equals 5, and we had to fill in that box. When I put this below it with the 2 plus x equals 5, then they realize it was algebra. They just didn't make that connection at that time. So I'd like for you to try this simple little technique with your kids at home. My kiddos were doing this when they were 3, so again, fairly simple and easy to understand, and it will give them a pretty good head start when they start algebra in junior high, and make it a little bit easier for them to understand and hopefully not be afraid of it. This can be used as soon as they learn to count. If they're eating cookies, usually have 1 cookie at each hand, have them tell you how many cookies they've got and say 1 cookie plus 1 cookie equals what? They'll probably just say 2. Make them say 2 cookies or ask them 2 whats. And it's really important that you do this so they learn to name the items. I've been doing some scrapbooking here, so I've got some daisies. I've written out a sort of algebra problem. 1 daisy plus 1 daisy equals 2 daisies. I have turtles here. They can count the turtles. 1, 2, so 1 turtle plus 1 turtle equals what? Make them say again 2 turtles. We know in algebra we use letters. X is the most common, but don't use the same letter all the time. Whenever I'm adding turtles with my kids, I usually use the letter T or whatever whatever object I'm using at that time. I use a letter that represents that object. So whenever you've got a turtle, put a T for turtle plus another T for turtle, and then you have 2T or 2 turtles. I've been playing with my granddaughter, and we use teacups a lot. So 1 cup plus 2 cups equals 3 cups. You can draw your own pictures. 1 heart plus 2 hearts equals 3 hearts. Leave a blank. If your child can write, have them fill in the blank. If not, they can tell you and you can write it in for them. And again, use letters. Don't use letters all the time. Try to use objects as much as you can and throw in letters, and use different letters. My granddaughters are Piper and Paisley, so I use P's a whole lot. 1P plus 2P equals 3 P's. And if your kids don't understand or don't know what the numbers look like yet, but they can count, you can do something like this. Here's 1P plus 2P's, so can't make them count. 1, 2, 3. So 1P plus 2P equals 3P. I've got blocks. All kids like to look at blocks, and look what mine spell. So B for blocks. 2 blocks plus 2 blocks equals what? And again, make them fill in the blank, or you can fill it in for them. 2B plus 2B equals 4B. I've got markers. All kiddos like to play with markers. 1 marker plus 3 markers equals what? In algebra, if there's only 1 letter, we usually don't put the number in front of it. So I've got 1M here plus 3M equals 4M. Okay, so again, use a variety of letters as your child grasped the idea and you think they understand it. Let them be the teacher. Let them write out problems for you. With mine, I used a very small chalkboard or dry erase board, and I would have them write problems, and they love to be the grown-up and be the teacher. And as you're playing with your kids, you might miss one occasionally and see if they catch it. That's always fun to do too. I hope that you'll find this helpful. I hope that you'll try this with your kids. And I hope that you're all staying safe and that we get to see each other soon.